Every good prompt gives the AI a starting point, and two pieces work together to do that: context and background. Context is what's happening right now, the decision in front of you. Background is how you got here, the history that shaped the situation. Think of context as the present moment and background as the story behind it. Imagine a team that launched a mobile app 6 months ago, grew fast to 50,000 users, then stalled. That history is background. The decision they face now, build budgeting features or improve expense tracking, that's context. When you give the AI both, it stops guessing about your world and starts reasoning about your actual situation. Background is the why behind where you stand. Background comes in a few flavors, and naming them helps you remember what to include. Historical background covers what happened before, like a company that started purely business to consumer, then pivoted to business after acquisition costs got painful. Technical background covers what already exists, say a monolithic Ruby on Rails codebase, with microservices discussed but never started. Organizational background covers who the stakeholders are, for example, a marketing team that reports to the CEO instead of the CMO, which creates friction on campaign decisions. And market background covers the competitive landscape, like a market leader launching a free tier last year, after which several smaller rivals shut down. Before you write a prompt, ask which of these four the AI actually needs to know. Let's see this in action. Here's a question with no background at all. Should we raise our prices? On its own, the AI can only give you generic advice because it knows nothing about your business. Now layer in the history. You started at $9 a month 2 years ago to grab market share. You've grown to 5,000 paying customers. Your infrastructure costs have climbed, and you're now losing money on heavy users. Competitors charge $15 to $25 for similar features, and you haven't touched pricing since launch. Same question, but now the AI can weigh your margins, your customer base, and the competitive gap. Good background turns a vague question into one the AI can actually answer with specifics. For complex decisions, one block of background isn't enough, so you layer it. Group-related history under clear labels so the AI can follow the story. Start with company background, founded in 2019, bootstrapped, 20 employees, profitable since 2022. Then product background, a project management tool for remote teams that began as a simple task tracker and grew to include time tracking and reporting. Then the current situation, you're considering invoicing features because customers keep asking. And finally the question, build invoicing or integrate with an existing tool like FreshBooks. Each layer adds a dimension the AI needs. The same approach works for something like team restructuring, where you walk through how the team started, how it grew, what structure exists, and what problems emerged. Sometimes background doesn't just sharpen the answer, it completely changes it. Take the question, should we build native mobile apps? With no background, the AI hands you a generic list of pros and cons. But add the real situation. Your web app already works well on mobile browsers. 80% of users access you from desktop during work hours. You have no mobile developers on staff. Your competitors' mobile apps are weak. And you're only considering this because one large enterprise customer asked. Suddenly the AI can address the questions that actually matter. Is that single customer worth the investment? Could you partner instead of build? What's a realistic timeline with no mobile expertise? The background reframed the entire decision. So what background actually earns its place in a prompt? Include the things that change the answer, constraints on what's possible, past attempts and how they turned out, stakeholder dynamics, what resources you have, and why it's urgent. Anything that wouldn't shift the recommendation can usually stay out. Match the amount to the task too. For a short task, 1 or 2 sentences of key context is plenty. For a medium task, give a paragraph of relevant history. Only complex decisions justify multiple paragraphs covering different angles. The goal isn't to tell the AI everything about your company. It's to tell it exactly what it needs to reason well about this specific question. Be careful though, because more background isn't always better. Watch for red flags, details from 5 or more years ago with no relevance, information about unrelated projects, personal anecdotes, or every competitor's full history. Those just dilute the signal. Here's a quick filter. For a question about improving onboarding, which facts matter? That onboarding takes 5 steps, with 40% dropping at step 3, yes. That a pass simplification didn't move metrics, yes. The competitor's 2-step flow, the credit card request at step 3, 10,000 sign-ups a month, all relevant. But the garage you found it in, the CEO's love of blue, the use of React, cut them. Good background tells a story that makes your question answerable. Try it now. Open the prompt playground on this lesson page at FreeAcademy.ai, or paste a question into ChatGPT or Claude and watch the right background change the answer.